Any other questions?
KP, on the same note,
Yeah.
Now if the growth stocks are not going well
Yep.
or not doing well,
Yep.
like if you look at IBD, they are like hardly anywhere close to S&P 500, right?
Yeah.
So in this environment also looks like you probably are doing very well, right?
So so this generally for growth investors, what I'm doing right now, this is what ideally I wouldn't want to do what I'm doing right now. I want to be able to buy the breakouts and wait for at least 2-3 months to get better results. But these, because the market is pulling back so fast, I have to take those profits. If I don't take those profits, this is exactly what's happening. You're losing all of it. So I am doing much shorter trades because of the market. But if this was any other year, I wouldn't be doing, or at least when I buy stocks, I would want to hold it for a while. So for example, I bought LRGX today, right? So this thing question is acting. So when I said 805, if I am buying a stock here, I would wait until it hits 805 because that's the least amount of move it should happen. Okay, but these days this isn't even happening. So I'm taking profits really fast, at least trimming right away, just to have some kind of cushion if this comes back. I don't get into, I don't have this trade as a loss, but keep it as a profit at least. So this is not an environment for a growth investor at all. Swing trades and growth investing, this is not really a great environment. That's all I wanted to say. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I just started following markets after you recommended, right?
Yeah.
So maybe the timing is wrong, right? Like most of those breakouts, they are not like sustaining the breakouts, right? They're immediately falling back.
Yeah.
But in a very good, healthy market, right? What is the ratio of trades when they break out? How many of them will succeed against how many would fail?
So actually you can, I don't think I can quantify that. However, I'll tell you what. Generally what happens is, if let's say there is a 20% correction, okay, or 25% or whatever amount of correction is happened in the market, and after that, let's say the first 10 stocks came out breaking out to new highs. Let's even say just 5 stocks that are breaking out and coming up. Those will do really, really well. So whatever are the laggards, let's go with a couple of examples. When I was trading the energy stocks recently, this is the one that broke out first. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a breakout point. This is where you would buy. Okay. Look at how much this has moved. Then this is, even though this also broke out later, but it took a while and it could not sustain. One of the reasons is because this is not a leader anymore. Okay. Devon Energy is your leader.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always better to be in the ones that come out first. They are the leaders. I mean, a few years ago, I used to buy anything that breaks out. Okay. Then I later and I used to take profits on that. What I've realized is the ones that break out first, stay with them because they are going to make you the most money. I mean, I still would go ahead and, trade these because whatever breaks out, there will be new money coming in. In a bullish market, even this would probably go up much higher. But if this doubles, you'll probably see Devon Energy tripling. I have seen this since my trading in 2008. I mean, I remember First Solar and Trina Solar. Those are the two stocks I was trading on a regular basis. And what I've seen is First Solar has done so much better than Trina Solar. And we are just comparing number one and number two, that's it. But the amount of move for number one was much, much higher than number two. So that's why even today, one of the reasons I have been adding, today, I mean, I did not plan to add anything today at all. But when I see stocks like this break out, I think I added about 15 to 17% right now of my portfolio today. But whatever comes out of any kind of pullback, they are the ones that are going to go higher, a lot. That's why I added this. But I did not have any plan to add anything today. But I mean, this is even this month, the way ES has traded today, the way NASDAQ has traded today, I did not expect this move at all.
Did you add at 680, KP?
I have to check. Hold on. 670.85.
Is that the breakout price?
Actually, well, the thing is, I was looking at it for almost all day, and somebody pointed LRCX last week. So the ideal price would be this 662 or so, but I was not sure. I waited until this was broken, which is 669. After the high of this one broke out, that's when I started adding. So, I mean, day one, I am a little, not very confident yet. But I mean, the way all the semis move today, that says that this virus may not have any, this new variant may not have any effect on the market at all. So whatever did not go down much, those are the ones to be. I mean, today NVIDIA, AMD, LRCX, they're all looking absolutely amazing. And today is the day one of bounce back for the markets, and these are already hitting new highs. This one I could not add it to my long term. I would want to, but this is not I mean, adding here is probably a good idea, but adding here, I don't know how much. If there is a pullback, it could be a much bigger pullback. That's why I added some options instead of stock.
So KP, when did you decide that the market is in rebound and you added these stocks? I know you added like in around noon, but when did you decide? Just with S&P or just with?
I mean, if you look at the what I wrote this morning regarding ES,
because by the time you saw this, the index, right?
That's what I'm explaining. So anything above, after it started, breaking above this 45, I did not think that market would come to 45.56 today at all. Okay, once it started coming into this one, and also the way NASDAQ, this was the first sign, breaking above into this gap. This is a gap from Friday. Let's get rid of this.
Yeah, that's what I see on my paper though.
I don't know, something is wrong with Thinkorswim. It's so slow. So that's your Friday high, and this is the gap. In the first, when is this? By 11:30, it got into this gap. That is strength. I mean, NASDAQ did not go down much even on Friday. If you look at the chart, Nasdaq did not go down much. Well, one good thing happened during this conversation about the variant is that the yields went down. Okay, TNX went down. So that actually generally helps your growth markets, right? I mean, growth stocks. I've been talking about this for a long time. And because of this, there is less inflation right now. I mean, this indicates that there is less inflation. If there is less inflation, that's good for the Nasdaq stocks. But again, this was not something I was expecting. I expected at least the NQs and ES to go back and test Friday lows at the least. Okay, but it started higher, and it just as if this never happened. Even if you get rid of this candle, it would feel like it's a simple flow for this chart. That's exactly what happened. So once it got into this gap, that's when I'm like, okay, the market is getting stronger.
Yeah. So I have a follow-up question.
Yeah.
So the stocks you added, right? So the one you added almost pretty much high, right? Because the indexes are high means the stocks are high too, right? Pretty most of the time, or it depends. But
which one?
Are you looking for a follow-up tomorrow or just?
So okay, this is my thought process. See, today is the day one of bounce. Okay, but if there is a follow through, I want some of my money in the market.
There is some background noise.
Yeah, it's mine.
Hold on, I muted out. I muted everybody. Anyway, so my thought process is that if there is a follow through, and this, I mean, today's action tells us that whatever panic that has happened on Friday does not have a lot of value. That's what today's action is showing. And also Friday is only half a day, not a lot of volume supposedly, and not a lot of traders are in the market. This could end up being a short-term bounce, but I don't know that. So I can only act on the information that I have. And today it looks like this is bullish. This is probably the most bullish thing that could happen for Nasdaq. Opening higher, getting into the gap, and moving higher. That's exactly what happened today. So see, the thing is, whatever we are doing, we have to take the information from the market and act based on that.
So just a quick question.
Yeah.
So you will see tomorrow if there is a follow-up. If not, you will sell, right?
That depends. I mean, follow-up for what? Follow-up for the index or follow-up for my stock?
For the stocks.
So if my stocks stay, or I mean, I got 3 stocks. Okay, I have stops for them. Okay, if the market, if those, and especially, okay, let's look at those stocks. Okay, I added LRCX. Okay, this whole candle has to negate. If it does, yeah, I am getting out.
So the stops, right? I know the stops won't work off hours, right?
Stops? No, I don't have the stop right here. I don't have a stop. It's a mental stop. It's not a physical stop. I don't have a stop there.
Okay, you'll just monitor. Okay.
Yep. I mean, we are probably monitoring how many? 6, 7, 8 stocks, or maximum 10 stocks that we own. So it's not hard. See, the thing is, either we buy it here. If we wait and this goes up, another, let's say today it's up 6%. If it's up another 5%, the risk has gone up. The risk has gone up 10%, and you can't enter anymore. So this is the low risk entry. But whatever I got into today is the low risk entry. And Yeah, go ahead.
And just in general, right? So how do you manage the offers if suddenly there is a dump? Will there be a possibility?
Generally, those things, well, generally those things do not happen. However, again, the thing is, I'm only 15% in the market right now, right? So if you trend generally does not happen, change in just a day. What happens is it will change gradually. What I mean by that is, let's say when you add 4, 5, 6 stocks, and if you see those 6 stocks, let's say 4 of them are not working, only 2 are working. Okay. Eventually, those 2 are also not working. What that means is, instead of going higher, it will start moving sideways. Okay. Or some will start moving lower. Those are the signs. I mean, but only if we are buying the leaders. If we are buying the laggards, yeah, I mean, they could go down no matter where the market is. So that's one of the reasons I am not big into buying, the or the bottom fishing. And again,
KT,
go ahead.
like my one question is, why didn't Friday it was 638, right?
Yep.
It was even cheap. Like
we did not know what would happen today, right?
okay.
But actually, one of my friends were talking about the same thing, that he missed it this on Friday. But the thing is, what if S&P opened it at 450? We will know. Over the weekend, I posted this in Slack saying that the guy in South Africa, or the doctor in South Africa, said the symptoms were mild and nobody was in hospitals anymore of this new variant. That's that's huge information, right? I mean, if nobody is going to get hurt or have severe symptoms, this may not affect at all the economy.
No, see, I think the way you reason, right? I think Friday market wanted to go down and they wanted some reason, and this was like a very easy target. Oh, there is a new variant. I think that new variant has been in Europe for quite some time, but nobody cared. Suddenly Friday became that's a defining moment. I feel like people wanted to go down, and they were looking for reasons, the way you say it, right? So you can always find that.
I don't believe in those theories, buddy. The only thing that I care about is what the market is telling me. That's it.
Okay.
I follow whatever the market tells me. If we cannot trust the market, it's going to be really hard to trade. It's going to be very, very hard to trade. I mean, what kind of information can we rely on? We can't rely on any information if we cannot rely on the market.
Okay. No, I mean, like Friday I added some stocks. I mean, not much, but I know people who added, they made a lot of money, right? Because they went by guts and they said, "Hey, this is the Black Friday sale, just buy it," and they bought it and they made a good amount of money today, right?
What if something like what happened in the March of 2020 would have happened today? I mean, if ES gapped down another 5 or 6%, what would they do then? They would not get out. Okay, they will get slaughtered. The idea is to lose less. The people who lose most of the money are the ones who does not get out when they are wrong. They will wait for it to, for their information or their understanding to be correct. That's how they lose most of the money. They blow up their accounts and they'll never come back. But that's not what we want to do. We want to conserve our capital, and and the thing is, if this news does not mean anything, there will be plenty of opportunities. Why take so much risk at all when there is so much unknown out there? And when the market is saying this could be really bad, I'm sure, I mean, that was day one, right? If the market was really bad, yeah, we would have seen a slaughter of all the stocks today. Well, I mean, I was kind of happy that, I didn't have to go through any of this at all. So, and also there is also a possibility that when on this day when Nvidia, Tesla, and everything reversed, all the stocks were way overbought. I mean, they were in, kind of a FOMO right now. I mean, on that day, but with this crash, all the FOMO went away in just one day. But again, for me, the best place to buy is when it breaks out. I know where to get out when I'm wrong. That's it. It cannot be any more simpler than that.
Hi, KP.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, thanks. I'm talking in Bluetooth. So yeah, so I joined little late, but if you already covered, just point to that video and I can go through. So what are the stat you mentioned, right? The leaders, 50%, 80% in a downtrend, all those, right? Did you go through like in the beginning of this call? Or?
The thing is, you can look into the stages of the market. So generally, stage 1 is where
Yeah, before you like proceed, let me complete that question. So
okay.
how do we find the leaders in the market? Like if you already covered, I can go through that video.
No, well, I mean, let me show you. For me right now, whatever hits the new 52-week high first would be the leader. It's based on the price action. But right now, I do use the MarketSmith to find all the leaders.
So basically 52 weeks high in a downtrend market.
It doesn't, well, whatever is breaking out first is your leader. Whatever has the relative strength is the new leader. So for example, AMD, look at AMD, okay? S&P went down a lot, or even NASDAQ went down a lot on Friday. Look at what AMD was doing. Such a small candle. If you look at this chart, would you say that S&P crashed on Friday? You cannot. That's because there are buyers here. It means it has relative strength.
So yeah, good relative strength stock in a downtrend market. So but there are like, yeah, I mean, since you are telling us, I know like AMD, right? But there are thousands of stocks, right? So how do we find, or how do I find the leader? Like if I have to find it by myself, like do I have to find the sector first, and then go into that sector and find the leader stocks?
Well, okay. So there are two kinds of approaches. Okay, one is top-down approach. One is bottom-up approach. Okay, top-down is looking at the indices, then the sectors, then the stocks. But if you want to be in the leaders first, I mean, believe me, I did that top-down approach for, I guess, most of my career. Okay, until last year. But what I do right now is I do both. I take the bottom up approach to figure out which one has the strength, and I always have lists, okay, that I go through on a regular basis. So this is my list. Okay, I go through all these charts almost every day. That's how I find which one is doing better. And for example, MTTR, right? Does this look like we were in a correction, or even any kind of drawdown in the indices? It does not. It just consolidated and it started moving higher. So that's your leader. So one of the easiest way is to look at the 52-week highs. None of the stocks are going to be a leader. I mean, it has to hit the 52-week high before it becomes a leader. Where is that public? There is a new, yeah. This is my new yearly highs. Hold on. This is actually what, let me check. You need to have these screens anyway. Once you have it, not even here. SPY yearly high.
So in TOS, there's we have to find it each and every chart, right? There's nothing that it will list all the relative strength stocks, right? Is there a?
Well, I mean, this one does. The Market Smith does.
Yeah, Market Smith. Yeah, that usually, yeah.
Yeah,
but this one is a subscription, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So these are all the ones that are hitting new relative strength highs today.
Yeah. So how much is this Market Smith subscription?
1,400, I think, per year.
Per year. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And you said the 52 weeks high, right, for the leaders. So, but if there is a stock bouncing back, but the market is in indices is in downtrend, but it is bouncing back, but not the 52 weeks high, that means that stock is not a leader, right?
Again, does it have, let's say if the, okay. It depends on where the market is, right? I mean, if the market is just coming out of a deep correction, okay, none of the stocks are going to hit 52-week high right away. Okay, what happens is first you will see certain stocks that will make a higher low before the market, and these are the things that we will know as we trade along. You know, you trade a stock for like, you know, a year or so, you will know how strong it is. And also most of the stocks that I trade, I know their fundamentals. I know what they do. I know whether it's a leader in that group or not. Those are the things we need to know anyway. Okay, I'm not discounting that fact at all. I don't trade without knowing what the stock does. That actually gives me conviction, saying that okay, some stock X is the leader because it does best in its own industry.
But your trading is purely technical, right? Not the fundamentals, right? That's what you always say.
I want to know the story, but I will buy based on the technicals. So, for example, let's just compare NVIDIA and AMD. Okay, let's say AMD. I like NVIDIA the best. Okay, but in the price action, I see that AMD is doing much better than NVIDIA. I would not go ahead and buy NVIDIA because they have really good fundamentals. I would buy AMD because the technicals also align with the fundamentals. Unless the price aligns with my thinking, I'm not buying it. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
KP, on that note, like these AMD, LRCX, and NVIDIA, they all three have some investor conference. So how do these react to that? Is it showing strength because of that?
Nobody would know.
December 2nd, like it started, I think they started today and it goes on till December 2nd. I don't know exactly when they will be presenting each company, but
well, I don't know if they would. Okay, today we got some especially for AMD, there was some news saying that in China for Model Y, Tesla is going to use the AMD chip. I posted it in the group, in Slack group. So my first thinking was, I mean, that directly tells us that, you know, AMD has new business. That's new information. This hitting 52-week high is not a surprise. However, LRCX, I know LRCX and AMD do business. Okay. And because AMD got a contract, maybe LRCX is the one who is supporting AMD. I think they supply materials or something like that. So that could be the reason why LRCX is breaking out. Again, I don't know if that's for true, but I don't care what the reason is. So the market is saying something new is happening or something definite is happening that would make this to be more attractive in the market in the current conditions. And when is the last time I have seen Lam Research do better than all of the other semis? It's been a very, very, very long time. Okay, Applied Materials has always done better than Lam Research, but I mean today is probably after a very long time I'm seeing Lam Research do better than all other semis. So I have, let me show you. I have these lists on one of my computers, not public personal. So that's my semis list. Okay. Look at that. LRCX is number one, then NVIDIA, then Teradyne, then AM, Applied Materials. So this tells me that market loves Lam Research more than anybody else today, at least. So I don't know what the story is. Even if we try to figure out, we may not know the story today. We might know why this is happening probably a week from now. But by that time we will be really late to get into the stock. That's why we follow the technicals. We follow the guys who is buying today.
But KP, sometimes, like say for example, right, in your list, right, say LRCX went up quite a lot today, right, and then we bought it, right, and then I mean tomorrow when folks are buying it, like they may think that okay, LRCX went up too much, not to chase, let's pick the next guy.
Generally that does not happen. So what I was explaining is, if this is the leader during this move, this will probably make you the most money. So number one always makes at least 100% more than number two. Again, to answer your question, if something else breaks tomorrow, actually I saw as soon as LRCX was moving higher, I looked at AMAP.
Yeah, because the reason for that, right? Like say last week, right? Few days ago, NVIDIA was the leader, right?
Yeah, but okay. No.
I mean, the problem is like this kind of ping pong, right? Every day things are changing, right?
No.
Last week NVIDIA was leader, today LRCX, and then tomorrow AMD.
Gopi, but you cannot compare NVIDIA with LRCX. Okay.
Okay.
LRCX and AMAT are in the same business. Okay. So they are not in the same. NVIDIA and LRCX are not in the same business.
Okay.
So I mean, this is where the fundamentals come in. Again, whatever is breaking out first, you want to be in there.
Okay.
Did you mention in one of the webinars earlier that semis lead the way, right?
They always do. Yep.
So now this may be like a good thing, but we have to see that there is follow through tomorrow for the semis, right?
That's why I started the position today. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
And another follow-up question, right, KP, on this one. Like I think ASML is kind of a different company, right? I think they are in a unique position than anyone else, right? In the
so
ASML
supplies the machines to Applied Materials and LRCX, Lam Research, and they provide the raw materials to Taiwan Semi, I think, whoever are the manufacturers, and AMD does business with TSM and everything. So yeah, I mean it's a very big cycle. Truthfully, I don't know much. I mean, I do know a little, but I don't have the in-depth knowledge about how it works.
Right. Yeah, I was wondering because since there is not much competition for ASML in that area, right? I think they are the only ones that make the big machines for the chip industry, right? The semis.
True, but market might have already discounted that.
Okay.
See, I mean, it's at the high before pandemic, it was 319. It went almost to 900. So it tripled. I'm not even talking about the move lower. After that, after it broke out, it almost tripled. So ASML is probably the most that have moved since the pandemic. So again, NVIDIA does not come, is not a competitor to with ASML. But yes, ASML is, they are not going anywhere.
KP, I'm just curious to know why you didn't add Tesla today. Is it because even though it bounced back, it didn't touch the 52-week high, so that's why you didn't add it to the long term?
First thing is I did not want to add too many. Okay. And the second thing is it has to break the downtrend. Okay. It is so far away from the downtrend right now.
Oh yeah. Okay. I didn't see the chart. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It is so far. Well, the best place to add Tesla is above that 1195. Or at least when it breaks the downtrend. Start when it breaks the downtrend. I'm just trying to write. Let me put a alert. But anyway, I watch this every day. It's on my computer all the time. And
yes, I have a follow-up question. Like, so I know you are looking at 50 DMA, right? Any long-term stock, if it breaks the 50 DMA, you sell it, right? And also like downtrend, like if it breaks the uptrend, then you sell it.
Again, it's hard to answer a hypothetical question. That depends on where we are in the market, why something has happened. And there are so many reasons. But I mean, if you have a specific, whenever you have a specific question, let me know about a chart. And
okay. So there is no generic answer to this question. Okay, got it.
Yeah, there isn't. Because there are so many things that happen in the market. I mean, for example, Tesla, right? On this day, it did not make any sense to sell on this day because we know that Elon Musk is selling it, right?
Okay. Okay, a lot of factors, yeah. Okay.
Yes, of course. I mean, that's what makes market so harder to maneuver because a lot is happening every day.
Thanks.
And I wanted to add this one. This one looked really, really well. While there was a correction, it came down. Okay, that's your. Yeah, I mean, I had this before. So I wanted to buy when this was breaking out, which I did not. So it went up, came back. It almost tested this level 3 times, more or less, the same place. And now it's moving higher. This could be one of the leaders. So, I mean, I added too many semis today, so I did not add this. But this is something I will probably add very soon. If there is a follow through, this is the second one that I want to add.
But this one is not a leader as of today, right? Because it didn't hit the 52-week high.
It's like $3 away, so it will. Yeah. It will probably move there tomorrow. Even if it moves half of what it moved today, it's hitting new highs. There are two ways to look at the relative strength. One is how low is it going? Okay. If it's not going lower while the market is going lower, that's relative strength. Okay. And how fast it's moving higher when the market is trending higher. Those are the two things I look for.
KP, you have traded Matterport in the past, right? Today it had a very good move.
I know. Well, again, this is an IPO base, right? This is the IPO base. Actually, this is probably the best time to buy. The only problem for me with Matterport is it's so volatile. The volatility is ridiculous. I mean, it's moved 20%. Anything that moves 20% up, it could go down 25% in the next day. I mean, that's how volatility works. It works both ways. So yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead with the question.
No. I was just curious. Like, this is also a market leader. Did you consider, or this is the reason why you did not want to enter the trade?
It is a market leader now. It is.
KP, Costco also hit a new 52-week high, right?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it today. Well, I mean, it's been hitting 52-week high almost now every day.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if anybody did the Black Friday shopping, if you went to Costco, you know, Costco was filled with people.
Yep. But it's not a growth stock, but you know, you could probably have Costco in your long term and not worry about it at all. It's been moving higher ever since this breakout, 458. I mean, this thing has been amazing. I guess not a lot of retailers are doing the same.
Yeah. I mean, Costco has been.
Yep.
Another semiconductor stock, I don't know whether you noticed, Xilinx.
Which one?
Xilinx, XLNX.
Yeah, I mean, we missed it a long time ago. It broke out a long time ago, and you can't buy it now. I mean, after such a huge move. 150.
AMD is this, right? AMD is buying this.
Yes, I know. So if you're buying AMD, even AMD, as I said, even AMD buying here is risky. I don't know where to get out. Even if I was looking at this one, that's almost more than 10%. So that's why I got into options. And when it's much easier when your candles are really small to get in, because you will have a much lower stop loss. And a little bit of consolidation before breakout would be better. I mean, that happened all the way. Probably here, actually, even it's not perfect even here. Yeah, probably here. But that was a long time ago. This is probably a perfect. I don't know what's happening with 10%. But yes, this is probably a good place to. Sorry, but I hope you get the point. This is probably a good place. Whenever these candles become bigger, the volatility is higher, and it's hard to have a smaller loss or smaller stop loss. For LRC, we were talking about this one, right? Look at this.
Before
I just wanted to mention this one, and we'll get back to it. So we had some kind of condition here. Now it's a breakout. So now this is about 7 to 8%, I think, the stop loss. So this was okay for me. Yeah, go ahead. Are we going
Sorry,
back?
yeah, I got disconnected. Yeah, so I think you. I don't. Sorry if I'm asking you to repeat. So why you didn't buy the AMD stock, instead you bought options?
Oh, that's what I was explaining. Because of high volatility. Now that it's because of the high volatility. I mean, if I had a stop here, that would happen really fast. That could possibly happen really, really fast. So one good thing about options is you can roll it up right away, or you can trim a little bit. I mean, most of my options are short-term trades.
Yeah, and when you say high volatility, right? So that means when it goes down, it can go down a lot. That's why you didn't add the stock.
Yep. I want to see these candles smaller when I'm adding them. Actually, I mean, this is probably not that bad. You have all these small candles. But I mean, as the generally these things, I'm not saying we are at peak or anything, but when the candles become bigger, okay, that's how the peaks happen. The end of the move happens, the climax happens. That's why, I mean, I have been through these climaxes so many times. Anytime I see, last time I think I forgot, I was trying to talk about this one. I bought on this breakout I got out on this day. But look at all these candles, look at this candle and look at this candle. That's a climax. This happens very often, very frequently. Whenever you see, when you see these big candles, if you are profitable, get out. That's what I have been doing for a very, very, very long time. This is FOMO. This is not, this is not, these are all the buyers that are coming on this day. They are late to the party. And they will definitely be crushed. Is something happening with Zoom? Everybody seems to be getting disconnected today.
No, I think that's because I got another call, so I got disconnected. So that's why I think, yeah. Thanks for repeating, KP. Yeah.
Of course, of course.
KP, microchip also looks like a good semiconductor stock with strong relative strength.
MCHP, is it?
Yeah, MCHP.
You know what? I never traded this. I don't even know. This never comes up into my screens either. Let's see. CHP. Yeah, that could be why. 75 relative strength. Yeah, that doesn't even come into my radar.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that looks really good. That's a nice consolidation. Yeah, breakout would lead to, what is that? Let's look into. $64 to $20. Yeah, that's 25%. That's a pretty good move. Yeah, but I don't know. This never. When Madhavi sent the link about those conferences, yeah, I saw the microchip. The CEO or executive, whoever he is, company chairman. Yeah, I was looking into this, but the chart did not say anything amazing, so I didn't do anything. But I mean, this is a nice long consolidation. Again, I have too many semis that I follow right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would say 8, 9. Oh, actually, I should have watched this one. So those are the 9 stocks, 9 semis I trade most of the time, and that's a lot. This one, I mean, I bought in and I sold probably somewhere here, but Avago, Broadcom looks amazing. And this is a leader.
How about TSM, KP?
TSM, I don't know, something is wrong with them, with the company right now. I don't know what's happening, but the chart is not so great. It's been a laggard the whole year.
Right.
Last year it has been amazing. This year it hasn't been. I know that, I mean, I read a few articles about them having water problems, and so on and so forth. I don't know, but the chart, actually, I got,
every time it's going there and then failing to break out, right?
Yeah.
Going to 125 and then coming back.
Yeah, this that could also be because of what happened here. Look at that. What is that? 42 to 142. And it's the biggest semi company. I don't know if it is still, but
yeah, and then it's kind of consolidating for almost like 6 months or so, right? It's not going either up or down.
That does happen when a company triples of this size. If it triples, yeah, consolidation. I mean, this is much similar to what we have seen in Tesla and Amazon. Of course, Tesla broke out and it went to a new high, but yeah, Amazon, probably more like Amazon. This is all, these are all, as I said, right? I mean, one of the reasons it has been so hard for swing traders, especially growth traders this year, is because of this huge consolidation. And again, if this could be the stage 3. So there are 4 stages. I think what's the name of the guy? So there are 4 stages. Okay, I think I've sent this.
Another question, right, KP? You're saying it's tough for swing traders, right? I mean, why it will be tough for swing traders if it is change? I mean, if it is trading in the range, right? So it's pretty predicted pattern, right? You know, the swing traders just buy
Not just that. I mean, here this is better,
Yeah.
but so many times it's actually breaking out and coming back.
Okay.
Breaking out and coming back.
Right. For option traders, it might kill the premium, but for the swing traders, you buy the stock at low and then again sell it high and again buy it low and sell it high.
No, they only buy at breakouts. They only buy at breakout. They don't buy it right here. They buy breakout. If it fails, they sell. Breakout and sell. And you do that for a couple of months, you will be exhausted. Okay, and you see all the profits weighing, every time.
Right, because earlier when I was looking at Confluent, right, so a couple of times, like I saw that every time it goes to 60 level and then go to 70 and then come back to 60 and then go to 70 and then come back to 60, go to 70.
Are you talking about this one?
Yeah, I mean, when it goes to 60, buy some stock, go to 70, sell it off, and then again wait for 60 to come and then buy 60, again go to 70.
Well, the thing is, you'll miss this move. When it breaks out and moves higher, you'll miss the bigger move. But again, the one thing to remember about CFLT here is that it's a recent IPO. So you have this huge volatility for this. So there's nothing we can do about that. Actually, I do have this 85 level. If it breaks that 85 level, I'll probably get in.
Yeah, I mean, that big green candle is the earnings.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, I closed my sold puts that day, fearing that the earnings might be bad.
Yeah. Actually, I remember. I mean, I bought CFLT and it broke this. This consolidation was broken. I was out, and also the app. This is also something to remember. When you see a bunch of them failing, this one also failed on the same day. So when you see these things failing, that actually gives you a clue that it's not an easy environment anymore. And these are the first 2 to fail. Then rest of the growth stocks started failing. So again, because when we trade these and we see these losses, okay, they stack up, and that's when you figure out, okay, something is not working, and that's when you trim and figure out, or get out of the market and figure out what is working and what you are doing wrong.
Right, but if you go to CFLT's chart, right, KP1s, like, I mean, it never broke down like below 55 level, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it never broke down. Yeah, a couple of times it went there, but it bounced back.
The only problem with this is 74 to 58. How much is that? That's a big percentage.
25%. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna hold options with a 20% drawdown. You can't.
Yeah.
But again, this was the perfect place. This is the IPO base. Again, I did not buy it at that time, but that's the perfect place to buy.
Yeah.
If you buy it here and have your stop here at 50, how much is that? That's more than 10%. Yeah, but
10%.
Yeah, you would have had the best move. Even after this move, even if you trim into this move and keep your stop right here, you're good. And this could, who knows, if this is a leader going forward.
Yeah.
This just came out, right?
Yeah, after that earnings release. Yeah, after that earnings release, I did not buy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it will probably form another cup and handle right here. That's what I was saying. If it goes above, if it has a very small cup, this is what I was expecting it to do.
Okay.
Well, this is actually good. We could probably see.
So you buy if it goes above 85.
I'll start my position about 85. Yes.
Got it.
The problem with this stock right now is that I cannot wait and buy after it breaks out this 93 or 94 level, because then my stop would be all the way here, 74. That's going to be horrible. Or even, so that's why I want to add half here. And when it breaks out this 94 level, I'll add another half.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes. But I mean, so far this one looks really, really good. I mean, this one looks good. I don't know. I'm thinking this will probably bounce. I mean, so far it's not so great. That's a horrible candle. I don't know. That looks horrible.
That's a year, right? I think it dropped heavily on that year day.
Yep. This same day with Asana did the same.
Yeah.
They're looking similar right now.
Asan year was not that day though. I think Asan is this week, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know why
they all fell on the same day though.
Okay.
I don't even have this one on my radar anymore.
You don't lot of software stocks, right, KP?
Say that again.
Software.
Like you don't trade a lot of software stocks. I mean, a CFLT is software. It's more a compliance software, right? It's
no. CFLT is the messaging. I work on that. That's why I know that company.
So,
but it's usually used by companies, right?
I don't differentiate whether it's a hardware or a software company. Whatever sets up, I trade that.
CFLT is the they own the product Apache Kafka, so it's pretty much used across all the big banks and big companies.
All right, let me go through indices once, and if you guys have any questions, let me know now.
Can we look at KP before we?
Which one?
Micron.
Yeah, I was never a big fan of Micron. This is always, the trend is always erratic for this one. I do not know why.
It's a cyclical, right? I mean, I think now when it hit 66, I think that's when Intel released new microprocessors. Now there is a shortage of memory.
See, I want to be in a company that just goes up. Not like this. Look at that. Went up, came down, went up, what is this? It's horrible. Yeah, it makes more sense for it to be cyclical. Yeah, I mean, I did not have a great experience with Micron in trading. So yeah, there are certain stocks which does not work based on the style that you trade, and Micron is one of them. Even I guess this could be also the same way. Western Digital, it does the same thing. Goes up and goes down, too much volatile. And I want something that is a leader and that goes up. I mean, I'm not saying it should go up every day, but it moves up, consolidates and sets up, makes a cup and handle again, and then move again. Those are the one I want to be in.
But if you know the pattern enough, right, you can do call and put, right? I mean, when it is going up.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, it's hard to predict it. I know what you're saying, but it's hard to predict when it's. I mean, I got hit so many times. I'm like, okay, this is not for me. So I mean, there are plenty of stocks like that. I don't trade them anymore because it doesn't work with my style.
Okay.
What else is there? Any other questions? Any other tickers?
KP, can you look at docs and tell me, like, if you have to enter, what level would you consider entering docs?
This one? This was on the 76 level is probably a low risk trade probably, but we have so much of supply.
That's not even a stock to consider going long.
I mean, you cannot expect this to move really fast. Okay, but when I posted saying that this is a bear trap, this is something I have been seeing a lot recently. Whenever you see a move lower and when it starts to move higher, this move, I mean, this could move all the way to 76, but I am trying to figure out this pattern myself. So I don't know it, but what I have seen is, this is another one that has happened recently. It came here, actually it came here. This is a bear trap too. One day, moved higher, came down. Actually, they bought some, they bought some company and this was moving higher again. But this is what I am talking about, the bear trap and a move higher. This exactly could happen to dogs right now. But I need to see a few of the charts that does this, a few times. Then I'll have more conviction. So I do understand why this is happening, because whoever is short here, they are all covering, and all the bottom fishers, whoever thinks the 63 or 64 level is important, they are also buying. So it makes more sense to be a buyer at 64 and probably look for a move to 76. But again, I'm still trying to figure out this pattern. These bear trap seems to be really, really, really powerful. When I say powerful, what I mean is the moves are really fast. Before that, I know these because these are the ones that I tried to short and I came out when it did not work. Of course, when you have money in it, you will know. Same thing happened here. Broke this level, came down one day, the next day moved higher. Look at this move. This is a huge move. I mean, even if you bought in 72 and that was your downtrend, that would be your target, 84. That's $12. That's almost what? How much is that? 16% more. That's a very good move. And if you are in options, you will make a lot of money. So, but again, I'm still trying to figure out how this bear trap reversal works. So, yeah, again, to answer your question, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do like the company. I like the fundamentals and everything, and that's your IPO base, which broke out around this level. So, yeah, I mean, this is an amazing price, but you have so much supply. I don't know where it's going from here. Probably a break above 76 might be a good place to start, I guess. At least, you don't have this near-term supply. You'll have these sellers, of course. This would be much similar to house noise. So you have this supply, but as soon as it broke this level, this is probably a good place to buy, even though there is supply, all this supply is gone. So the same way, I would think dogs above that 76, 77 level is probably a good start.
Okay.
I mean, right now is a bad buy because 20 is in downtrend, 50 is in downtrend. This is definitely, I mean, now it is in downtrend, no doubt about that. But for a short-term trade, yeah, for the short-term trade, I'm looking at these bear traps. I mean, this happens with bull traps all the time. Those are the ones that cannot break out. The ones that cannot break out and turns around and comes back lower really fast. What was the ones? Now, this is one of them. Tried to break out here, came back. Again, tried to break out. Look at how bad it is. And again, this started with Upwork. I might have mentioned this before. Tried to break out and look at how fast it came. Again.
3 times. Right?
Yep. So when you see these patterns, that gives you a good idea. And the best education is real time. When you see these things happen real time, you will not forget. When you see the next time, you won't hesitate to take the trade. This is where all the experience comes in. All right.
Oh, KP, one more. CRM and crowd.
Yeah,
Thing is
crowd looks horrible. I think they made some big huge mistakes.
I don't see any news though. I don't know why the stock is keep falling.
No, I don't know, CRM looks great. This
Not
is
CRM. Crowd.
Oh, I thought you said CRM and
No,
crowd.
I said both, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, we'll finish that and go there. Well, I mean, this one still looks great. This is a cup and handle broke out, and you know, this is a very minor correction. I think this looks amazing, and this is a very long base, almost what? Oh, that's over a year base. That's a huge
pretty much. I mean, it won't move normally.
Now
like
it will. Believe me, now it will.
Okay.
Because you had this huge base, it will probably, let's see how deep the base is. 202 to 278. So that's
202 to 272, $70.
Yep.
350.
350 maybe.
350.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
355, 353. Yep. So yeah.
Yeah,
And
I think
this is actually not even a cup. I think this is called a saucer. Yeah. So and crowd, I think they bought a company recently, and that's when things started, you know, getting worse. I don't know where they bought, here or here, I can't remember, but or maybe here, I think. Once they did that acquisition of the company, that's when it started getting worse. Again, you know, this used to be my favorite. I was
comparing like Zscaler and crowd, and I say Zscaler is going up and crowd going down.
Yep. Zscaler is the best one right now. Zscaler is best, and the Palo Alto networks that's looking good.
And Sentinel also, right? Yes.
Actually, I don't know. Sentinel tried to break out. I don't know where it is right now. Let me check. Come on. Oh no, man. Yeah, I won't go near that. Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
That's a horrible turnaround. This one. This is a bull trap. Try to break out. You know, reversal. Look at that. No, the other one I was watching today is FTNT. I have a alert on that one. A break above this downtrend, 348 or so. Yeah, this one looks good. But I mean, this has been moving for a long time. So I don't know how far this is gonna go, but yeah, a break about 350 for 348 is probably still a good place to buy, I guess. We have all this consolidation, so yep. All right. Yeah. What else? Qualcomm is hitting a new high, and AMD hitting not a new high, but AMD hitting new highs after hours. Nvidia does.
You got the 4 put and then close, right, KP?
Which,
I followed that.
Yeah. See, this is something. 4 is best place to short this is break of 57, which I did. Okay, I actually traded on this day all the way here. Then I traded here, and this was a concern. As I said, when I got into the market, I was looking for the ones that are going down, but there were two stocks. I posted both of them, but 4 is one, and the other one is Stitch Fix. Those are the two ones I wanted to short, because I mean, expecting that the move to continue. So, but I mean, this went down a little and it started bouncing, and the market starting making new highs. So it did not make any sense for me to be short. Even this one, it went down. I mean, this one is supposed to go down a lot. It did not. So it turned around. So again, if the market is moving higher, these could move up really, really fast because again, bottom fishers and the second ones are the short covering guys. So I don't want to get into a trade where there is a short covering. But yeah, and 4 is in a it's in a downtrend, no doubt. I mean, this could still go to 47, but risk reward is not so great right now. But if it goes to 57 or 57.66 and that's exactly what happened here, however. If it goes there and fails there, it's probably a good place again to short.
If for a long you were mentioning that when the market goes down, whatever shows relative strength, those are the good stocks to long, right?
Yep.
So inversely, but what you stated right now regarding shorting, right? If the market goes up, but you don't want to short a stock when the market goes up, right?
I don't. Well, I mean if it was failing at 57.66 while this is happening, I wouldn't mind doing that. The risk reward here is bad because this could go back and test at 57 again. That's more than 10%. So I mean, it depends on how much risk I am taking, and here I'm taking a lot more risk. So this is much similar to which one we were talking about, CRM, right? So it broke out, okay? It went all the way there, and it came back, okay? I don't know what it could be. This support, I don't know which support it is, but this is a natural pullback. When something moves much higher, you will see a pullback. Then you will and the move will continue. And a lot of people do buy these pullbacks. If they missed here, they would buy these pullbacks. The same way, it broke down. This could go back and test at 57, and then it will probably move lower again. So if you're shorting here, your risk is a lot. But if you're shorting here, let's say this came back to 57.60 or 57.50, and if I'm shorting there, and this stock moves above 58, I get out. My risk is 40, 50, probably $1. Now my risk is $6, $7 right now. So that's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
If you guys don't have anything, I'll stop the recording. Stop the recording.